Well, here we go again, I guess. I kind of said to myself before the eighth, and it was something I've already done, so I knew what to expect. This one was a little different, being in Cincinnati. Um, and I just kind of went one pitch at a time, and at the end, I just kind of looked at the glove and threw it as hard as I could, I guess.
You were touching 96, 97 in the ninth inning. How much was that you? How much of that is adrenaline?
Usually later in games, my velocity kind of picks up, so it was probably all adrenaline.
When do you start thinking about it?
Today I think it was about the sixth, something like that. Man, it's just so soon after it happened. You still can't really play it all right now. I mean, you're still in a little daze from being tired and all the events that have happened and stuff on the field. So, probably in a couple of days I'll remember a little bit more of it.
Homer in the seventh on the fielder's choice where Joey got Blanco. Did you go? That was.
Well, I was late breaking there, and I thought it would be Hal McCoy, wouldn't it? Yeah. I was a little late breaking there. I thought maybe he was going to catch it in the air, and I saw it bounce. And I think I was ahead of Posey still, and I saw him throw it. I was like, "What are you doing?" And he ended up getting the guy, so I could play.
So Ryan, after the walk, you went out and talked to Homer. Anything in particular you said to him? It was just a matter of calming him down in that situation.
Well, I mean, no. His ball starts to run. His fastball when he doesn't get extension, and I didn't like that. I wanted it to be more true, and I always try and give him a little tick with my hand, a reminder. But he said, "I'm all right," and I said, "I know you are, but just get some more extension." I just wanted the ball to be truer, so it didn't run middle.
You're the last pitcher to throw baseball's last two hitters since Nolan Ryan in the mid-'70s. When you put yourself in that kind of historical perspective, how does that register?
Obviously being from Texas and what a legend he is, and there's a few other guys that have done it, Burley and Verlander and stuff like that. I mean, to do it once is extremely special. To do it twice is, kind of, I really don't have the words right now. I do remember this spring, though, Joey, we were in the bathroom just, before we got to the field, and he said, "Do you think you can throw another hitter?" I said, "Well, do you think you can win another MVP?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Well, so do I." I meant it joking. I didn't think it would ever happen again. But, hey, I guess I got lucky again.
You said after your last start that they got you with off-speed stuff, and you said maybe you just throw as hard as you can. Was that more of the strategy to go with the fastball?
No, John, I was actually kidding on that. We had a good slider, too, tonight. Threw a couple splits that we got outs on, and, it's kind of the old saying, the located fastball, and we located it pretty well tonight. We elevated, which is something similar to what we did in the last no-hitter. Hanigan noticed that really well, and we used it to our advantage.
You mentioned this one being a little bit different at home. What was it like? Did you feed off the energy of the crowd as it got to the later innings, or were you cognizant of what was going on around you in the crowd?
A little bit. You can kind of feel it a little bit. Once kind of the batter steps in, I'm pretty zoned out. I really don't know what's going on other than kind of throw it to the glove.
After the last out, when the crowd roars and that you're at home, a little bit different than being in Pittsburgh.
It was, definitely to be here in front of this crowd really meant a lot. And the ball went to Frazier, and anytime I think it's put in play in those kind of situations, you get a little bit nervous. And then once Joey squeezed it, it was all over.
Two for you. First of all, did you make the right call on the 3-2 pitch on the walk?
Yes.
And
I thought Adrian did an excellent job. I mean, just like any game, man, I mean, there's a few calls that I get. There's a few that the batters get, and I thought he did an excellent job. Even with the situation, I never really thought he expanded his zone to make it happen. I never thought he tightened it up to make it even harder. I mean, umpires that are in this league are pretty good, and I thought he did an excellent job tonight.
I just also wondered if your heart stopped a little bit on the Torres line drive. I believe it was the 8th inning.
The one that Chu caught?
Yeah.
A little bit, but I mean, Chu's a great outfielder, and we have so much speed in our outfield. Typically, if the ball goes up in the air, I know it's not well hit. I feel pretty confident our guys are going to catch it.
I remember the other way it might have dropped.
But it didn't.
How about getting some insurance with Brandon's home run
our offense was big tonight, and credit to Tim. I mean, he really threw a great game, and probably 9 times out of 10, he's going to get a win on that night. It was kind of the same thing with AJ on the last one. So, my hat's off to him, and to get that insurance, whether it was 1 or 3, with the situation, it was all about just keeping people off the base.
You always use the term "we" when you're talking about the pitching. How big is Ryan a part of this?
No, he ain't worth a crap. No. I've known Ryan a long time. I mean, we've been playing together since probably 2005 or 2006. Does his homework, does the diligence, and pretty much whatever he puts down, I mean, I feel pretty comfortable with. And there's a lot of times we'll go through a sequence of pitches, and he's calling maybe something, I've already got the grip for before he even puts it down. I know what he's going to. I mean, just you kind of know what he's doing. You go over the scouting reports. You have an understanding of what we're trying to do, and that just makes the game flow a lot faster.
Ryan, what goes through the catcher's mind during a no-hitter, and how does what happened tonight compare to what happened last year with home with Pittsburgh? What do you go to?
It was actually a very similarly pitched game. I felt like early in the game, I wanted to, get quality strike one and then expand a little bit with the slider and then elevate. That was kind of our plan for the most part, depending on who was hitting. But as the game goes on, like you said, he gets stronger a lot of the time, especially with his fastball. And I just wanted them to try and see if they could get on top of 95 plus, 97 plus. If they can do that, then they deserve to get hits. But if he can hit the top of the zone with his fastball, get guys looking, to cheat a little bit, that makes the slider that much tougher to get to. And, just not staying, probably the last 2 innings we were pretty, we weren't trying to fool anybody. But before that, he was going in, he was going out, down, like back foot, he was doing it all. And I think he was a step ahead and executing pretty much the whole night. So, I mean, when you put those two together and guys can't cheat for the pitch they're looking for and he's executing, you can pull out something like this.
A lot of times you hear guys say when they come out of the bullpen that they feel good, they know they got good stuff. Did you feel that way tonight, or is that one of the circumstances?
To be honest with you, man, it was really kind of the same as any game. Excuse me. Usually when I start, you'd think I've never thrown a ball, and then I kind of relaxed during the anthem, kind of refocused, and then came back and threw 10 that were pretty executed, and you go out there to the game.
Ryan, you've been catching Homer for a while. What are maybe the things that have really improved with him over the past couple of years that allow him to have nights like this?
Well, I mean, when he first came up to the league, he's a 4-pitch pitcher, first of all, and they're all quality pitches. But tonight we didn't throw 1 curveball, and we threw like maybe 3 splits. But to some teams, we'll throw 15 splits and only a few sliders. It just depends. To be able to have the options to understand, the game plan, and then, if we need something going away, we can go split. But if we need to, the slider, we got that. Whatever we needed that night, or some nights we'll use all 4. But I think just, his overall execution of his pitches and understanding game planning. I mean, I think he got hit a little bit earlier in his career because he threw a lot of fastballs a lot more middle fastballs. And now the quality of his heater is, up under the hands for strikes, down and away for strikes. And he's so long and his delivery's so, it's just a lot coming at you that it's tough to get on that. It's tough to drive the ball if he's hitting corners. And, just the overall execution of his pitches on a consistent basis, day in and day out. Then you put it together like we did tonight, and you got a chance for something like this.
I know this is kind of a ridiculous question, but are you a tinge disappointed you didn't get the perfect game?
I am. I thought he had the stuff to do it, and that one, don't get me wrong, we're super grateful and happy for this, but I mean, he had the stuff to do it, and that at bat just got a little bit away from him, I think, that one time. But for the most part, for me, for him throwing a game like this, it's his focus, and his focus was awesome tonight, all game long.
Homer, when you got within a few outs tonight, last September in Pittsburgh, did going through that last year help you with emotions or everything and navigate mentally through the last few outs tonight?
As weird as it sounds, Those last couple innings, you know, if somebody was going through it, I would say you just have to really have a I don't care attitude. I'm coming after you because this is what I've done for 6, 7 innings. And you know what? I'm going to keep doing it. You can't back off. You can't try to do more. Somebody once told me that to pitch deep into games in the 7th, 8th, and 9th is all about your ability to focus. And that was something that I played through my head in the later innings. Like, you know, I'm just going to focus. I'm going to focus and try to execute pitches. You know, I don't have to throw it any harder. My slider does not have to be any better. I just have to make that pitch. And you, like I said, you just have to kind of have a, I don't care. I'm coming after you. I'm throwing it to the glove. I'm not backing off. I'm not going forward. And, you know, I think if you have that attitude, I mean, as weird as it sounds, I mean, good things happen. You execute pitches, and you know, as for a pitcher, that's when things happen.
Homer, do you do anything tonight? Treat yourself to a special day? Take time to celebrate. You seem so laid back, but I don't know if you take any time for yourself tonight.
I got to get up early, and I'll probably get up early and go do some stuff, you know, and kind of relax a little bit, maybe have a few drinks to kind of get me back down to even, and, you know, wake up early and go play or something.
Who's the first person you call or talk to?
I haven't talked to anybody. I mean, you know, they came into the clubhouse and they want to authenticate everything, and now I get to come look at y'all.
In Homer, Bruce Bochy mentioned that you've given up 1 hit in 16 innings against the team having the NLDS last year. I mean, as well as you pitched that game 3, did they take any sting out of what happened?
No, not at all. You know, they're really a really good team. I know that they're not playing as well as they'd like to right now, but man, I mean, they've got a tough lineup to pitch to. They've got a good rotation, and you know, they're a tough team to pitch to, like I said, and just being fortunate, I guess.